Have you ever wished you could just rewrite the past or maybe take a peek into a different present? Well, in English, you kinda can. We do it all the time with this one really powerful tool, conditionals. You know, those what-if sentences we use for regrets, possibilities, and alternate realities. Today, we're gonna untangle them once and for all.
Does this sentence look familiar? Maybe you've even said something like it. It's a super common mistake where the past and the present get all mixed up in a way that just doesn't quite work. But don't you worry, by the end of this, you'll know exactly why it's wrong and how to fix it.
If you've ever felt your brain just tie itself into a pretzel trying to figure out if clauses, you are definitely not alone. I get it, these structures can feel super tricky, but I promise you can absolutely master them.
Okay, I want you to try thinking about these sentences in a totally new way. Forget the dusty old grammar rules for just a second and imagine that we're building a time machine. These conditional sentences, they're a control panel. They're what lets us jump back into the past and explore all those alternate realities.
So our first stop is the past. And to get there, we need to fire up the main engine of our time machine, the third conditional. This is our go-to for talking about things that didn't happen, but, we can imagine them. Right, so here's the most important thing to get. The third conditional is all about an impossible past. The situation is over, it's done, it's finished, we can't change it, but what we can do is talk about how things would have been different. It's basically the language of regret, relief, and hindsight. And here it is, the formula for our time machine, the if part that sets up the alternate past. If she had studied, the second part shows the results of that alternate past. She would have passed the exam. The structure is always going to be the same. If plus the past perfect, followed by would have. Simple as that.
All right, time travel initiated. We're in the past. But what if a change back then actually affects our life right now in the present? Well, for that, we need a little upgrade. It's time to power up our time machine with mixed conditionals. Now, this is where it gets really, really powerful. We're not just talking about a different past result anymore. We're literally drawing a direct line from an imagined event in the past, straight to our current reality. This table shows us exactly how it all works. So, the third conditional, we know this one, it connects the past to the past. Easy. But now look at mixed one. You see how a past condition, if I hadn't gotten the job, connects to a present result. I wouldn't be with my partner now. And you can even flip it. Mixed 2 connects a present condition, a general truth, to a past result. If it wasn't important, which really means it is important, I wouldn't have called you. See? This is some next-level time travel. So we get the structure, but how do we add feeling to it? Regret or criticism or just thinking about those missed opportunities? That's where we bring in different modal verbs. Think of them as the emotional core of our time-traveling sentences.
Okay, think of it like this. Would have is just the straightforward result. If I had known, I would have come. It's certain. Now, could have opens up possibilities. We could have gone to the cinema. It was an option, but we didn't take it. And then there's shoulda have. That's the heavy one. The word should is all about what the right choice was. So when we say shoulda have, we're really saying the right thing didn't happen. And that's where all that feeling of regret comes from. This example is just perfect. You could have gone to Monty's simply means it was one of your options. No big deal. But you should have eaten in Monty's. Now that adds a whole other layer of advice, maybe even a little gentle criticism. It's basically saying Monty's was the better choice. See how that one little word changes the entire vibe of the sentence? Okay, one final upgrade to our communication toolkit. And this isn't just about sounding more formal. It's about adding some real weight and flair to your words, especially in storytelling or if you're making a strong argument. We're going to learn how to time travel without even saying if. Now, this sounds complicated, but it's actually just a simple flip. Instead of starting your sentence with if, you just get rid of it, and then you swap the positions of the subject and that little helper verb had. It's a really neat trick that adds a touch of sophistication to your writing and speaking. Look how clean that is. If we had lost becomes had we lost. The meaning is exactly the same, but the second one, the inverted one, it just sounds more formal, more dramatic, don't you think? This is the kind of structure you'd see in a history book or hear in a big formal speech. So we've untangled the rules, and now the controls of the time machine are all yours. This isn't just grammar, is it? It's a way for us to reflect on our lives, our choices, and the paths we've taken. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Knowing everything we've just covered, what alternate paths might you want to explore?